artists, Miss Cascino here. Welcome to our next project called Collaborative Mail Art. Now, we are going to be making our own postcards out of anything we find around the house. During this video, I'm going to show you how to make the postcard, how to mark the back of it, and also my process of how I made my postcards. Now, why is this a collaborative project? Well, I tell you, well, first, it's multimedia. We can use any materials we have around the house: pencils, Sharpies, markers, watercolors, paints, pencils, oil pastels. Well, that might be a little messy, but you can use whatever you like. And on your postcard, you're going to decorate the front, and on the back, it is collaborative because you're going to be putting Miss Cascino's address right here. We're going to divide our postcard in half, and I'll talk a little bit more about that later. We're going to be putting a stamp or two here, and here you're going to put in the very corner your address at home, so I can take your postcard art, and I made a few of these with collage and paint and markers. Oops, upside down. So you're gonna take your art, you're gonna send it to Miss Cascino in the mail. Now, it's collaborative not only because I'm gonna send it back to you in a Miss Cascino decorated envelope so you can see what happens to your art as it goes through the mail, but the reason it's collaborative is it's you working on it, myself working on it, and also the Postal Service is working on it. When your letter goes through the mail into the mailbox, the Post Service people take it, they bring it to the post office, they weigh it, the machines sort it by zip code, which you're going to be putting on the back of your postcard, and they stamp it a few times actually. So I want you to be able to see all the things that happen to your art as it goes through the mail. That's why you're going to send it to me, and I'm going to send it back to you in a cool envelope, okay? So stay tuned. Next up, I'm going to show you the materials we need and my process making the postcards. All right, artists, I'm going to show you a little bit of materials that I'm going to be using to make my mail art postcards. Now, I'm making 3 at a time just because I want to play around and fly by the seat of my pants and make quick abstract collage art on my postcards. I am going to try to use a little bit of watercolor. This watercolor is really special to me. My friend gave it to me. It's handmade in San Francisco by a brand called Case for Making. You can use any type of watercolors you want or none at all, up to you, whatever you got for color at home. I have some of my favorite markers. All right, I might add those after I do my watercolor. I have some colored pencil. Feel free to use crayons or colored pencil, anything you got. I have a regular pencil and an eraser for sketching. And when I make my collage, I clipped out a few pieces of paper from magazines, some colors that I liked and some patterns that I liked, and ooh, look, a little broom that I cut out, and some musical notes. So I love doing collage. I do a lot of it at home. So I actually have a little envelope with scraps that I always keep. When I see something cool in a magazine, I cut it out, I put it right in my envelope so I can use it later. Now I'm going to have a little scrap on the side so I can test my color and my lines if I need to. Here's my glue stick for my collage. Now, again, I'm going to make sure I glue whatever I'm gluing onto my postcards nice and firm, right? I'm going to not roll this up too high. I'm going to put lots of glue on my card and on my collage piece, press down, hold it for 10 to make sure it's stuck on there real good so it doesn't fall off in the mail. Okay, I also have a cup of water for watercoloring. I have my napkin to change colors. I got my scissors in case I need to do a little extra collage clipping. And I think I'm ready to go. Now I wanted to just tell you a little bit about the paper I'm using for my postcards. So it's a cardstock, it's a little bit heavier, and it's cut 6 inches by 4 inches. So you can use a ruler to measure that out and cut it with scissors so it's the right size for the mail, postcard size. Now, you can also buy in the store, if you happen to be in an art store, some postcards that are blank on one side, and on the other side, it actually has it all measured out, where you put the address, where you put your message, and where you put your stamp. So for us, we're just gonna draw a light little line in the middle of one side of our postcard, the side that we're not making art on, and we're gonna leave room for a stamp in the right corner. And we're gonna be doing my address, Miss Cascino's address, which I'll put up there, super easy, that you'll be using to send your card to me in the mail. Now this side, you can write me a little message, and I'd love it if you put your address here, or maybe up in the corner right here, so that I can send it back to you in an envelope decorated by Miss Cascino, and you can see what your postcard looked like after it went through the mail. So we are making collaborative art. Collaborative art is basically when two people or more come together and work on an art project together. So this is gonna be great because not only is it me and you doing the art project, but it's also the mail person who's delivering a postcard, the mail person who is actually sorting the card at the mail station, stamping it, so many other people involved with making our final piece of art. Can't wait to see it. Now I am going to fast forward through my art making progress so it doesn't take forever and you have time to start your project. But if you like, just watch for the next few seconds while I show you first how I collage with my glue stick. Second, I'm gonna add a little paint. Third, I'm gonna use a marker and maybe add some pencil lines. And I might use some colored pencils as well. So stay tuned and watch my process. You'll see that I just kind of am spontaneous. I don't plan it too much. You might be a different type of artist and plan really carefully. It's totally up to you, whatever type of art you like. You can make one postcard, you can make 3 postcards, whatever you like. Okay, so here we go.